some tummy time.
Tummy time.
We're starting the stream tonight with some tummy time.
Tummy.
Chameleon. Rachel, last week when you were gone, we did not know what to do, and we all just panicked and went right into I'm so and so from so. Like, it was incredible.
Oh, it was incredible.
Just immediately.
It's very easy. All you say is, hello, everybody. This is episode 22 of Arc 5 of Better Than Heroes. If you're new to our stream, welcome. Oh, this is my cat, Scully. She's having a moment. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the level 14 green fighter.
Oh, I'm Andrew. Sorry. Wow.
Wow.
You missed one week.
Look.
I'm Andrew Ovredahl, and I was reading one of my spells. I played Flute, a.k.a. the Windrider, a human bard warlock.
I'm Jordan Dahl, and I play the Moonboy, a level 14 moon man. No, boy.
He's boy.
Oh, I was so excited. He's finally a moon man.
Not yet. Maybe
only when he reaches
Level
20.
Yeah, level 20. There it is.
Yeah.
After his
We're gonna find a port. I'm gonna make you a moon man. All right, go ahead.
After his moon mitzvah.
Moon mitzvah, yeah.
My name's Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly. I'm the dungeon master of this game, and I play all the things that are trying to kill you, and also the group of NPCs that are coming with you to keep things from killing you.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
We love a gaggle. We love
a good gaggle.
Also, it's Harlan's birthday today. Happy birthday, Harlan.
Yeah, I was going to say this is a very special episode.
Birthday, they are 25. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Harlan, put your Venmo in the chat. Do it. Put your Venmo in the chat.
Birthday Venmo.
The birthday goy.
I'm 25 forever and ever, amen. No, not really. I'm 30. I am done my 20s. Fuck my 20s. 30s only. Cool.
30s only.
Just a wee babe. All right. Today we're playing Better Than Heroes. In just a few minutes, we're going to play some 5e Spelljammer Dungeons & Dragons. True. But first, our show is live, soundtracked by the wonderful Jason Wardell. Is this Jason?
It's we have actual Jason tonight, not
this
Robo
is
Jason.
Real Jason.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Real Jason.
Throw some Jasons in the
Real
chat.
Jason.
We can never tell.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. I can. I'm the dude in Blade Runner who can tell. Yeah.
Ever since Google made that AI, Jason.
Yeah, if there's a moment where Jason is killing it in the stream, throw some Jasons in chat. He's always killing it, but if you really feel it, let him know in chat. And the show is brought to you by our patrons and our subscribers. So if you are one of those, thank you so much. You make this show possible. You help us pay our artistes that make the show better and better. And you help us cover the cost of just making this show happen. There are a lot of incidental costs to having a show. And you guys mean that we don't have to pay out of pocket for that. So it means a lot.
We're in deep with some bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got some cool map art on the horizon. No surprise, you're going to the Psychropolis. No surprise, every map a story made us an amazing Psychropolis. So be on the lookout. You all already have. We put in our Discord too. I sent it to you all last time, but it's in the Better Than Heroes Discord as well. If you all want to see the actual map that was drawn by every map a story, but he did it with the intention of like someone remembering the space and drawing it out what they remember. So if there are maps in our Discord, if you want to check them out for like what the players actually in game are operating off of from the things that were drawn for them by the fish folk.
Psychropolis. When I drink wine, I go to the Chryslopolis.
Holy shit.
So that was
down in the Spoonerism lab, working on that one.
Really quick on that. And
Yeah, for somebody who doesn't drink, that was a little too good. I don't know.
Very accurate.
I mean, I have drank.
Down in the Chryslopolis.
Chryslopolis.
I'm opening a wine bar called Chryslopolis.
Chryslopolis.
We only overserve you.
I believe you will be inviting the wrong kind of clientele.
Or is it the right kind?
Or the right kind.
You need a bar for breakups. You don't want to have a breakup in your favorite bar. You ruin the bar for yourself. You go to Chryslopolis.
Can you imagine
That's where you break up
open
with
mic
people.
at the Chryslopolis?
Oh my god.
I can.
Winston
I'm
party. Divorce for two.
Sometimes you want to go where you tell everybody your name, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Their name?
It's close.
Where everybody knows your name and says it with a certain degree of
It's where sometimes you want to go where
Sarah.
everyone knows her name.
Aaron Urist is the best comedian amongst
That's my
us.
job as a DM. Is just setting up things for them to succeed or fail at. So that's what I did right there.
If you love our show and you want to see it grow, please consider supporting the show financially. You can give us money in various ways by subscribing to Twitch, by joining our Patreon, by picking up some sweet Better Than Heroes merch on Teespring. You can also support the show without spending a dime by just telling your friends about it. Tell them we're out here making cool stuff, talking about sad hypothetical bars.
Tell them what we've done.
And they can check out the show on YouTube and try and catch up with the live show, or they can listen to it as a podcast if they prefer. But thank you so much for joining us live. You guys make Better Than Heroes. Better Than Heroes. You make Moon Days.
Shout out to Liam Ruff, who just commented recently on our YouTube. I'm so close to catching up. So,
We'll see you
you're out
soon,
there.
Liam.
Truly impressive. Anyone who catches up, hats off
wild.
to you.
Yeah.
It is about time to play some Dungeons and Dragons, but first it's time for last week's recap.
Previously on Better Than Heroes, after bringing the survivors of the Cove of Bones to Jadurian, the crew made their way back to the Dinger, where Goat was about to hatch from her reincarnation pod. Everyone gathered round and opened the pod to meet Goat's new body, which miraculously was a moon gnome. Tearful hellos resounded, and everyone went to the kitchen for some cursed sandwiches. The Breeze Traveler and his crew of fishfolk teleported to Jadurian to see the Windrider, revealing that they had been listening to all of the crew's conversations using his group manifestation fish magic. The Breeze Traveler offered his and his people's aid in storming the Psychropolis, where they had once been slaves to the Mind Flare colony. Using their memory of the place, he was able to magic up a map for the crew. Oliphanticulus came to K.A.I with finished items based on his designs, and asked if he should come along to the Psychropolis so they could do a nice war together as father and son. How did the Breeze Traveler become the hero of this story? Was he always? Are we just NPCs in a fishfolk world? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes.
Love it.
Oh, great stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so we join our crew here tonight. And I imagine, and I feel free to tweak this, because I'm going to throw this out here to put you all in a spot, but if there's any reason that this would be different than what it is, you all can add any addendum to it. But you all are in the city square, in this the center of a Jadurian, outside of the chapel, the kind of like holy place that you all stormed before to save Jadurian, right around where your ship landed, where the Dinger, like where you all jumped out of the Dinger, where the nautiloid that you had landed. in this like middle area of Jadorian, and the crowd is giving you all your distance because there is reverence here to what you all are about to do. But it got out fairly quickly that you all are just like going out on a mission. Folks don't know exactly where you're going, but you came back and you're leaving again. And it's very clear to you all now that it's not, it is this town's hope, but they are a very good representation of a lot of the world. They're like very powerful people, like leaders of Jadorian are here, Moon Girl, like all the people who are going with you are here, but it's like some real, all right, we're watching everyone leave to go save the world here. It's like Armageddon a little bit, a movie that is one of my new favorite movies recently.
Don't wanna close my eyes.
And so
Don't wanna fall
That song is playing.
asleep 'cause I miss you, babe.
and so
That's
you
a
all
beautiful rendition.
you all are
a good
here
song.
in the city circle, and I just want to go over this real quickly to be 100% sure about kind of who's standing here ready to teleport. So it's the folks who are taking with you are Auxtrillion, Moon Girl, Talon, Nyx, the Breeze Traveler, and the Breeze Traveler's crew. This like horde of fish folk.
How many are in the horde?
Yes.
15.
The Windy Boys.
And
What about Olephanticulus?
that's so. We are for sure on Olephanticulus coming, correct?
He said he wanted to go. I remember, and we were
said he
like,
wanted
does.
to.
Okay, cool.
he's an adult. He can make his own decisions.
I know we went over that last episode, but that was one where I just wanted to check in. Of like, okay, cool, he's going. There's no.
But he is an adult with like some
Impaired
light
cognitive
dementia.
abilities.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
I have
anymore.
an idea of what we can do with him and the Moon Girl once we're there.
I will say
Okay.
to Klik, a thing that was brought up at the end of last week's session was maybe bringing a like a group of like bad boy Kreen with you all. But metaphorical
Nice.
bad boy, the BOI non-gendered bad boy. But,
Sure.
more about attitude,
bug.
less about gender. But this is what I'm putting forward, and you all can push back against this depending on what you want, how you want to turn all these knobs. But I would say there is still a worry, even though Slow Death is holding them off. There's still a worry about resources being taken away from Jadorian because Powerface and Janice are in the Palace of the Skull Goblin King, and they're kind of holding off like all of the Mind Flayer incursion, but there both could be like Mind Flayers could get around them. Janice and Powerface could maybe storm Jadorian, getting around Slow Death, and like you all trust Slow Death right now, but not all of Jadorian is like super stoked to be vulnerable next to an ancient green dragon.
Why?
Look at her. She's so cool.
Auntie Rabakash would absolutely kind of like insinuate that she would love to. She understands why you all need to leave, but would love to keep as many of Jadorian's resources here.
Yeah.
So
I think Jadorian has sacrificed enough for this fight.
great. So then, I would love for
Let me take care of you.
yeah. So you all are kind of like
fight.
preparing. One of the questions I asked you all last time was if you all are expending the teleportation slots. Moon Girl has one. You all have all taken a full rest. You're level 14. Your Moon Girl has a teleportation slot. She has multiple, but she can only kind of like take. She'd have to come back and then go back. And then Nyx has one as well.
I have kind of a janky. I can plane shift.
And you all can expend none of those spell slots by having Kreen in the community who can use the teleportation spell teleport you. I'm kind of like imagining a few other higher level clerics in and around, or higher level casters that are just like part of the community. There's like one or two
Yeah,
here.
let's do that.
But
Let's have them do it.
if any of them else roll, the chart for teleportation is they are unfamiliar with the area.
Right.
And I'm kind of setting a hard line of that. It doesn't matter, like, there's no like scrying to look at it. If you want that resource of the town teleporting you, you take the risk of that. But if you all want to expend your spell slots, you can just have it automatically, for sure.
Yikes.
I will not even
dare
make you
us
roll. I will
make
just put you there
choices.
automatically if you all
I'll
expend
chat
those
with-
teleportations.
what K.A.I thinks. Before I forget, I'm definitely gonna give Klik a superior healing potion and a greater healing potion.
Which I will say happens.
Right, I made some treats also.
Before we get to any reallocation of resources, an important scene that I want to do here is that the whole crew is here except for Flute, who is not here. You're kind of worried. No, it's okay. I didn't set this up at all. But you're worried for a moment, and he clearly shows up late. Like there's a little bit of a ceremony. Like Auntie Rabakash kind of like gives a speech to the crowd that's very inspiring. Very much. I won't make you listen to it as we have a lot to do here. But she is kind of like turns away, and folks clap, and you can tell she's doing a great job as a leader here. And even though she is not the sole leader, folks really look to her for like morale and guidance in this. And when someone needs to grab the megaphone and get the chant going, she really steps up to it. And but Flute is noticeably late, I will say. And shows up, no one else says anything except the crew is kind of, I mean, like, you all can do anything you want.
Be a bit, perhaps a little hungover. And Klik, I'll give you what I just said, one superior healing potion, one greater healing potion.
Okay. Where were you? You missed the whole speech.
I know. Sorry, I guess I got into my cups a little last night.
Yeah, we had a really big day today.
Yeah, fine. I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
Nice, man.
I'm fine.
Beer bong?
Okay.
Will you beer bonging it?
That's brandy bonging it.
Brandy bong.
It's disgusting.
Sometimes I like to curl up at home with a nice bong of brandy.
Klik, you could roll an inside check,
and
absolutely.
A book to vomit into.
Oh, I rolled well.
Cool.
What does that mean? It means a dirty 20. Look who has a positive insight.
You know what? And
modifier.
to put Flute on his toes here, I'm going to make you roll a Constitution saving throw because you're hungover and you can't really quite do the talking. So the Constitution saving throw is even to get, if you can like wince through what's going on like, this is me hungover in high school trying to lie to my parents. I'm like, no, I'm just feeling bad at soccer practice. I think I'm just dehydrated. I'm hungover.
I'm rolling new dice. I'm headed into the Psychropolis with some new dice. Courtesy of friend of the show, Grant. My rules can only get better, right?
Best friend of the show.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on who's rolling them because that's a 4.
No.
Thank you, Grant. I'm glad that 20 I slipped you worked out.
For the special cursed dice.
So
cursed person.
Klik, you also see someone else has shown up at the ring, and you notice that Windrider does not have his hat, his like magically attuned hat, and very quickly, Felix, the widower you saw before, is like, and he like kind of frisbees it over to Flute so that he has it.
Nice.
I'll pat it out and put it on.
Why does Felix have your hat?
Well, we went out drinking last night and ended up just staying out all night.
And you just ended up leaving some of your clothes with him.
You guys hooked up, it's fine.
So, yeah, don't know what the big deal of it is.
Nice.
Just don't see how tonight's the night to be out all night, leaving your clothes about the city. But okay, that's fine. We'll just march to our deaths, I guess.
I wasn't gonna sleep anyway.
The moon girl comes over and is like, I mean,
It's fair.
the world might end is a pretty good romantic, mood setter. Kind of all inhibitions are left behind.
I suppose.
Hopefully not all inhibitions. Anyway, here you go, Flute, and I will hand him a little box of treats.
Oh, treats. I love it. How many treats do I get?
Some little... I'll just give you the box that has all of them. And there's 9 of them in there.
9 treats.
So, are we teleporting directly into the Psychropolis?
No, you are teleporting to the abandoned
old
laboratory
lab.
that you have been to before, as well.
Yeah.
Harlan,
That makes sense.
Hit me.
would Moonboy know if illithids count as humanoids for the hold person spell?
That's a great question. I'm going to set a DC that's super low for this, but I still want to have you roll for it just for the fun of it.
What is the history?
History, yeah.
Nature?
History.
Okay, I'm giving myself guidance. $12.
12? All right, cool. DC was 10. They do count as humanoids. Humanoid is more about is less of a categorization and more about the physical form, or is it like hitting about a general size and shape? So like,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing because you think of them as it's like they can be an aberration and a humanoid.
Yeah.
Well, they used to be people, many of them.
That's right.
And then they voted for Trump.
It's more about like, do they have a body that has like a form that is even close to functioning the way like people's bodies do? Like not humans, but like people, just like all of these creatures walking around, pants, shirts, etc. You know,
Bipedal shirt wearing.
It's about the
assholes,
outfit.
you know.
Yeah.
It's about the dick. If it has a dick, you can hold person.
So we're not
Can
Not
be
even gonna
helped.
riff on it. I'm ready to go.
not
I'm
gonna
ready to
riff on
teleport. I had a
Thank you.
I killed that riff in my mouth.
Star.
Much like
that's what it takes to be a humanoid. Is you got to kill the rip in your mouth. Sure. As you all are kind of like lined up here, I want you to make one more perception check for me here.
Yeah. 19.
You
Right?
see
Yeah.
Ram, the Kreen, kind of like saying goodbye to the fish folk and to Breeze Traveler, who like, and they clearly seem to be exchanging words, and Ram seems to be like dealing with something, and you see like another skull goblin and a skull cyclops with them, and then they're like talking to him, and they kind of like nod, and there seems to just be an understanding, and as if the Breeze Traveler is giving a speech to his crew, like, like Auntie Rabakosh like gave one to this town, and how you all are leaving, Goat and Goliathan behind here, and the Dinger behind here, as you all leave with this powerful group of folks. And with a 19, you notice that someone is missing from this exchange that you know is a part of the Breeze Traveler's crew that he established when he left Jajorian last time, and that is PC. Who is no longer goes by Piss Cricket, but he changed his name to Piss Cricket after he successfully helped you all in the Battle of Jadorian, and he was so excited about what he contributed that he changed his name to Piss Cricket, and then was talked into changing his name as a compromise back to PC.
Pretty short
Take the cricket out of the
I
piss.
imagine.
His mom was
He's
like,
like, oh yeah, what was I thinking?
Please,
Jesus.
please.
No, it took a lot of
Mom,
people that he loved and
it's
trusted.
Piss Cricket now.
Yeah.
Brian, no, it's not.
It was very specifically
If you name your
not
kid
a
Piss
short.
Cricket, we'll mail you a free BTH t-shirt. That's an offer that I'm putting out there right now.
No,
co-sign.
a discounted one.
Yeah, they have to pay for shipping.
Not outside the United States. Okay, thank you.
Is Piss Cricket around? Is he stowing away somehow?
Oh, that is a question.
Do you see him? No, I don't know. I didn't even see that he was missing. Withdrawn.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just taking a note.
What doesn't smell like piss? It smells less like piss.
Do you smell the absence of piss?
I do.
Does Ram, like, what is Ram's expression?
He definitely got talked out of going.
Ah, I see.
Like there's something about like the exchange here where they're all like he's definitely a part of the crew. He was accepted here, et cetera, but like there's reassurance coming from the Breeze Traveler.
Yeah. I'll walk up and put my hand on Ram's shoulder and just say, "Don't worry, Ram, there's heroics enough for all."
He looks stunned that you came over and have joined this circle, and the Breeze Traveler too has pulled off his hat and kind of like nodded to you, and Ram's like, "Thank you. I just want to help, and I understand it's hard for me to accept that the way for me to help is to stay home, stay here, but I trust our captain and I trust our leader. And if the Breeze Traveler tells me the truth, I listen to it."
He is a wise captain indeed, then. He's won the faith of his crew. That's all you can ask.
Yeah, both the Skull Goblin and the Skull Cyclops kind of salute. And there's a couple of other folks that seem to there's a dwarf in here, and she has a long blonde beard, and she kind of salutes as well. There's seems to be other folks that they picked up along the way. There's a couple of halflings as well that seem to be a friend group, and they all have these dagger tattoos on their jawbones, and they're all not saluting. They're more of nodding along and clearly a part of this gaggle.
You all are very brave. We appreciate your help. We couldn't do it without you, truly.
Thank you.
I just hope you know what this means. You're one short. Is PC not among you today?
We haven't seen him today, says the Cyclops.
Okay.
And Ram said, I think he's it was the hardest for him because he's he's real good at what he does. He's real good at it. And I think it was hard for him to accept that because he respects you all so much and has fought with you before. I think it was hard for him to accept that he couldn't go with y'all and be a part of the mission. So I don't think he means any disrespect.
Oh, no. I'm just curious.
I'm mad.
Well.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The goblin's I told you they'd be mad. We gotta go.
I was supposed to go in there without any piss.
Guys, one of the NPC's feelings is hurt. We have to call off the operation. We can't go. Someone tell everyone. Cancel it all. Take down the streamers. Stop the music.
Before
Pistrega was sad about what?
He wanted to come help, to come fight with
he wanted to help, especially because Breeze Traveler, was shooed away a little bit, and that there was the news that he kind of came back with that they're going to be here and help, that they're going to actually go with, and that there was that turn a little bit. It seemed like that specifically was tough for him to handle.
Well, sorry, PC.
Look,
we all have our place. Not coming either. Sorry.
We're glad. We all have our place in this fight. Be proud of yours, and I'll clap Ram on the back once again. And can I haven't used any of these, but can I give the Breeze Traveler a boon?
Yeah, Ooh. You sure can. As long as you give us a little description about where it's coming from, because I know for sure that chat has been very curious about this too.
So I don't know what it is physically. It's just sort of
Let's make it up right here. I think that it is a grown plant that has writing on the inside, and it's like really fancy paper. You know that it is. They leave a lot of the trimmings on, the edges on. There's like the pulp element to it, and it's just like very fancy paper here.
Well, I will pull it out of my pocket and turn to the Breeze Traveler and say, "You've proven yourself a very fine captain, and you've developed a very devoted crew. Thank you for your help, and I truly don't know what this will do, but I hope it helps." And I will hand him the boon, the head of the home. So on the outside, of the scroll, it says, for the one who can take on the brutality of the world for others.
Ooh.
And I will say, for the flavor of this, I've not told you this, Rachel, but for the flavor of this, you've noticed innately, it's like a psionic whisper in your antennas that you need to dub him like a knight in order for this to work.
Oh, shit.
Well,
So, like, you have to kind of like give him this power by asserting your own power, by saying like, I am granting you this. So if you have to knight him with this. So you can absolutely, you can kind of like say that you said that if you want to, but if you want to do anything else with that flavor, you can.
I was told I have to do this, so Neil.
Hang on, I have a sword. Hang on. I start rummaging in the bag of holding. I've got one. Hang on.
Yeah, I think maybe if you click like you try and do it just by like saying that.
I think she just tries to like take the paper and be like, all right, yeah, here it is.
But you can see that his eyes just light up when I say that I have a sword.
Yeah, and you all see Klik like
boy.
it's like a bunch of people are talking to her at one time. That's like, no, you gotta do it like this, blah blah blah, blah like in your mind. Yeah.
And she'll put out one of her hands for his sword.
Oh, I was wrong. I don't have one here. Take this +1 javelin.
What? She'll throws the javelin back into the bag and pulls her.
I have a sword. I'll
Your sword's like so evil. I guess he likes that it's your sword. Give me your evil rapier.
I'll hand it over.
Sure.
That's.
And you all, man, the crowd has been kind and it's spacing or whatever, but after it watches Klik break from the rest of the group and come over and talk to this smaller crew that's like on the edge of everything, and then giving this speech and then like reacting, changing a sword is brought over to her, and then you dub the Breeze Traveler with this, everyone is watching you. All of Jadorian is watching you. And there is like a flash of just a Githka next to him, as if there's like a Kreen standing there for a moment, and then it floats away, and everyone cheers. It starts with the Kreen, these folks who are attuned, because of the composition of their bodies have these like antennas that are like allowing this to tap into psionic energy, but it's clearly given to everybody else as well, like as the information is translated, and also just some folks like pick up on what has been shared with you and this connection to this area and to this culture, and the whole place is just like cheering here as you've stepped up and knighted the Breeze Traveler with this.
Breeze Traveler, my friend, for defending Jadorian and the rest of the galaxy, I dub thee with the blessings of life, Sacco. You, sir, are the head of the home.
And there's this flash, and he sees it, and he doesn't say anything, and he just nods and is like, thank you, Klik. It is nice to be seen and respected by my idol, the Windrider. But the only thing that is a blessing, that is more of a blessing from those that I respect, is a blessing from the people who I respect, people that they respect. You understand.
Okay.
I'm
Your
sorry.
idol
I would have
was
prepared a
hungover
speech.
this morning, so
I would have prepared a speech.
That's just
It's
how he
all
talks.
good.
It's fine.
Okay.
look, it's nobody planned this, okay? Just use it well, fight hard.
So who's
Did I
teleporting?
hand the sword back to Flute?
Excellent. I love how uncomfortable that made both Klik and you, Rachel. Incredible. Cool. Does anyone want to do anything with that before you teleport off, or is that, we're just
Does
gonna
the
let that one
Breeze
sit?
Traveler have a sword of his own?
He does, yeah.
Great. I'm going to walk over. I'm going to unbuckle my sword belt. And I'm going to hand him my sword. And I'm like,
Maybe we switch swords for this. You could borrow mine, and I could borrow yours.
I mean, you killed Ventress for that sword. You fought. You earned that sword. I would not.
Someone
running
killed
to
him
my
for
death.
it, but that's not an important detail. It's my sword now. For a while, I called it the Windrider's Rapier, but I've renamed it Allegro. And if you'd like to borrow it, perhaps I could borrow your sword, because I believe you'll be giving it back to me.
Roll a persuasion check, and if you want to do it at advantage, you can.
I do. Stinky dice. 18.
All right. He looks at you and says, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be a part of the story that so inspired me. And you see him crying from underneath, like there's definitely an eye underneath his patch, and like from both of his fish eyes, he's just like crying as he takes the sword, and he says, I will bring this back to you, Windrider, because this is your sword, and I am grateful
can
for you
cry.
letting me
I know.
borrow it, but I will bring it back to you.
I'm only loaning it to you because I believe you'll be bringing it back to me.
I hand him a receipt and walk away.
You have like a printer on you?
What's your sword's name?
He's like, looks at you embarrassed a little bit.
Well, we could think of a name. I'll tell you what. When you give me back my sword, perhaps I'll think of a name for your sword.
Yes, okay. I should have thought of that. I'm sorry. Of course.
Took me a long time to name this sword.
Its name is George Michael from Wham. I'm sorry.
It's gotta be some crazy fish folk name. It's gotta be like like a
Is there anything I should?
Yeah.
Luba.
The blooper scooper.
the blooper scooper.
Those are actual names of his peers.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll ask him, is there anything I should know about this sword?
It's a straight up
Curses,
it's a
Magic?
It's a rapier.
Just regular-
It's just a straight up rapier. Yeah.
Great.
I'm gonna go over to Windrider as he does this, and I put a hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, I know that was hard for you, because it was a really bad deal.
Well,
But you've never been cooler than right
this
now.
traveler's doing the hard part.
Not
What do you mean?
Not
Because
so evil after all.
Because he's going to die.
Right.
Oh, quiet.
I assume that's what I assume that's what he
Could
meant.
die, not going to.
I mean,
Oh, wait.
I mean,
He might. Anyway,
depth
Breeze
perception
Traveler.
alone would.
It's claimed a few fishfolk lives already. I will catch back up to the Breeze Traveler and say, there's one more thing I have for you. And I will give him the magical hat rack of hiding.
Nice. Incredible.
Give me to him.
I am.
Wow. You're giving my favorite magical item back to me.
No, I'm lending it.
to you.
I'm lending it
I love it.
to the Breeze Traveler.
I love it. Wow, I never thought I would I would be responsible for what to do with this because I love giving it to NPC. I love giving it to player characters because they're like, "What do I do with this?" It feels like there's something I should do with this.
I found what you do with it. Re-gift.
Re-gift.
It's one of the primary uses.
No, I'm just kidding. It's because I love this item, and we're not using it.
Cool.
I think if anyone knows how to use it properly,
he straps it to his back like a spear. Like he's got it like on his back. Like that.
It could come in handy in this situation.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we?
We done giving away our
we
magic shit? All right, let's go.
Does anyone need a set of +1 plate armor? Anyone?
Good.
Boots of elven kind?
Let's see.
Breeze Traveler? Boots of
Australian
elven
can
kind?
take it. Breeze Travel will take the boots of elven kind.
Here you go. One more thing. Give him another receipt.
The
Shit, I should have taken it. I have an attunement slot now because I gave my sword.
Oh, the boots of I don't think the boots of elven kind require attunement.
You're right, they don't.
Do you want them?
No. Fine.
All right.
Do we not have a cool thing to give you? Flute?
Great.
No, I got a cool thing last episode.
yeah.
To fill that slot?
I got a cool gauntlet.
Oh.
Well, not to fill that slot. no, but-
Matching.
I will say this is kind of the last call for anything you want to do before we teleport.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Let's
pitch that we
jam.
use our spells because if we go off course, our mission is crapped out before we even started it. So I'm gonna vote that we use our real spell slots.
Cool. Any
That's fine with
objectives? Yeah.
No.
Great.
Not my spell slot.
I know it's mine. It's
I can't.
it's mine. I only have
do
one
that.
teleport.
Great. Okay, cool. Then you all step up here in like the center of the square of Jordan. You kind of like all line up, each with someone with, because there are 15 with them, and then there are Breeze Traveler, Australian, Moon Girl, Olafenticulus, Talon, and Nyx. So I'm going to say we expend all 3 teleportations here. I'm not going to count. I don't care if I'm wrong. And
Ruthless.
as long as Moon Girl expends the teleportation slot, Flute expends the teleportation slot, and it seems that Nyx has a helm. That is why it allows her to. She is a cleric. She cannot cast.
I thought Nyx was a paladin.
It seems like it, but she's not. She's a
Hachi machi.
She's a cleric paladin. A
It's a
cleridin.
violent cleric.
Yeah. Yeah. She's never fought with you all before.
Spicy cleric.
I've never met any other kind.
If I said paladin before in another episode, then past Harlan was wrong, and 32-year-old Harlan,
Whoa.
right? So, yeah. What's up? But she's able to cast it because she has a helm, basically, that allows her to cast it.
Before we go, you have a free slot, Flute.
I do.
I'm gonna transfer one of my infusions to Flute, and I will hand you which one of these is better? A cloak of protection.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Cool.
Scully, what?
Which I'll tell you exactly what it does.
Yeah, you could just DM it to me.
Great. Because we're gonna go to break, but not yet. I want to do a scene, but you can do it on break. It makes sense here because you all are stepping up, kind of like you're all organizing each other, kind of like assigning. Talon Nyx has made it clear that she's using like her helm that she has to do the teleportation, which she can only do once a day, so she does not have the ability to teleport out. Moon Girl is able to cast teleport here. She has plenty of other spell slots. She's not worried about it. She's just expending a teleportation slot to do it as well, and Flute is too.
Now, real quick, just to make sure, are we still under the effect of Hero's Feast, or do I need to do that again?
You are. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone should have
18 additional hit
That's
points.
right.
Oh,
18.
okay, I need to do that.
What is the maximum amount of
Andrew-
people that you can feed with that?
Anyone who eats the feast.
Teleport.
There's
Oh,
no limit.
no. Let's check.
I think it's
It's all
Harley,
you
just
can
for-
eat, baby.
A creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. That's all it says.
It's a golden corral.
All right, cool. I mean, I will absolutely give it to the full party and all the NPCs going with you, and then I'm gonna put a microscope to it to find out if the fish folk get it too. Not that it's gonna
Please.
matter too much, but I'm just gonna kind of boost them if it.
Cool.
Yeah.
They get the crumbs from it. We sprinkle. Okay.
Thanks for hanging out. A
12.
gift sub.
12 creatures.
Cheese
Aw.
Doom.
Cheesebot, thank you so much for that gift sub.
All right, so I'm
Did you hear that,
calling it.
Harlan?
I'm calling it
It's 12.
So the party counting Breeze Traveler is part of the party and not part of Breeze Traveler's crew, which I'm going to effectively treat differently for stat blocks here. The Breeze Traveler's crew gets it. I mean, does not get it. Everybody else gets it, but I will kind of like a couple of them got it, so I'll like bump their stats a little bit as the horde of his group that is coming with you, the fish
Okay.
team.
Horde.
Where do you get
nice.
12 from, Aaron?
It's in the text of the spell. Up to
Where?
12 creatures can partake of the feast.
Oh, there it is.
I mean,
That's right.
it's more like a hero's party bucket, I guess, but whatever.
Hero's potluck can stretch it a little bit.
So yeah,
Everybody gets a little bit less hit points.
Moonboy, as you're bringing leftovers out to make sure as many people who can get some.
Yeah.
I would love to. I want Kai. I want you to do a perception check, and if you get above a 15, I want you to do an Arcana check.
All right. Perception.
Guidance.
Oh, nice. That means I might be able to get it. I need to roll a 3 or a 4. I didn't.
Guidance again?
So you succeeded on the
Level
perception check.
guidance?
You succeeded on the perception check.
No, I failed. I got 14.
Oh, okay, cool, great, perfect. Then you all set up here, and then nothing happens. Then Kai's just like looking around, kind of like discussing things with Moon Girl, with Nyx.
I wonder what's going on. I don't know.
And
It feels like something was supposed to happen, doesn't it?
Did you everybody feel that?
the groups are kind of splitting up into parties here, right? Like it's Nyx is handling. She's kind of teleporting most of the fish folk, and Moon Girl is taking like Breeze Traveler, Ox Trillion, and like a few other folks, and then Talon. Like everyone's kind of like grouping up to make sure we have like buddies of these like the right amount of people spread out everywhere for the teleportation circle. And then you see this like Kreen band, which is made up of mostly these huge harp-like instruments that are being have like violin saws, like bows taken to them. It's like this very drony band, and the
Bass
percussion
cricket.
that goes along to it is very like quick and rhythmic, but it is their pomp and circumstance here for you all going away. Starts to ring out, and everyone kind of like looks around like, we're good, we're doing the double check. And then Moon Girl gives you the signal flute, and you all thump, and she thumps, and Nyx thump, and all of you just together thump, 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 of this group, and you land in the laboratory in this space you've been to before, which I will put it up on the Roll20 here just so you all can remember it and see it. It might take me a second here to get it up for the stream.
So we're inside the laboratory.
That's correct, yeah.
Cool. Oh, and Flute, I can't give you the cloak of protection. I can give you a ring of protection, but they do the same thing.
I'll take
But it's a ring,
I
and
can
it gives you +1 AC, +1 to saving throws.
Far out.
All right.
Well, yeah, this is just I'll put it up here, chat. You get the kind of like general layout here. You should be able to see it on Roll20 now as well. This arcane laboratory that you all have been to before. You land in the entryway. This kind of like the spot where you met your friend before, Jack
Snake.
Holt.
Jack.
Yeah,
Jack Holt.
Jack Holt. And
That's right.
yeah, so we will pick it up here with what you all want to do in this space. But before we cut to break, I want Klik to roll one more perception check.
Oh boy.
Guidance.
It's critical fail.
Cool, great. Never mind.
But-
We'll see you on the
but
other side of the break.
guidance.
Doesn't matter. See you on the other side of the break, and we will get going. We will head toward the Psychropolis here. So see you in just 5 minutes. We're gonna drink, pee, and we'll see you on the other side.
I'm
What does it
saving my
mean when
pee for
we
my
fail?
pants when we come back.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
That's
I
so
loved
rules.
how
That's just
it's so good, and I loved how they did the politics, people discussing politics in that show was so well done.
It's cool to see a Star Wars show written like by adults for
Loved it.
adults. Like,
So
this can be cool. Dope, great.
My complaint with it is that there wasn't more. I want to see the baby. That's
That's a different show.
I know, but that was my big complaint is that he wasn't in it, and there was
He could have easily played the fucking
Yeah.
the guy who would,
guy,
anyway,
Darth Vader, the guy. Yeah,
that guy.
easily, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see the baby. Luke, I am your father. Must not watch the tape.
So we're back here. We're back going. We're rolling and going.
It is too erotic.
And you all are here in the space in this abandoned laboratory, which you know is on Glyph. Like you flew a nautiloid that you took over here and landed it, scuttled it. You all don't know what's outside of you right here because you're whooping back right into the abandoned laboratory. But you're in this laboratory that you've been in before, and so you know you're on the planet Glyph. You know it's rolling and going now. And when you land, too, as all three parties, the fish folk spread out in formation, kind of like in a ring around you all, kind of like checking the perimeter almost, looking for threats, looking for anything around you that would attack you. And what they all kind of look back at Breeze Traveler, nod, and it seems like there's at least no threats in this first room here that you all have been in before.
How do we feel about letting the fish folk go first? I don't know if that's a good idea. Didn't a bunch of them fall to their deaths the last time we were here?
That might be right. Well, perhaps
definitely.
they have some kind of group memory of that. I don't know.
The Breeze Traveler steps up to you all and goes, a few of the fish folk have been asking if they could go first because they heard legend of some of the members of the original Sinker's crew that were the original Sinkers falling to their death here, and they are, hoping that if someone needs to fall to their death, it could be them.
That's
What
a
if we
terrible
could-
reason to go first.
And it's grim.
What if we could
as hell.
prevent... Yeah, what if we could prevent anyone falling to their death?
Well, I mean, that is
Wouldn't that
absolutely
be the
ideal.
best
They're not
case
going
scenario?
to jump to their death. They don't hope to go to their death. They're just saying that they are happy to go first.
say
because
that,
if they
and yet-
die, yes. Oh, my crew
Right.
I
is
see
not.
them over there
that
practicing
wouldn't-
jumps.
Wouldn't that be a happy accident? That guy's just practicing falling. He's not even practicing
Right.
jumping.
To be,
Yes.
don't, he
Look
kind
at
of
it.
lowers his voice and he says, to be fair, he's practicing sinking, which is an important distinction.
That's plummeting. I know plummeting when I see it. I've done it.
I'll send him your notes on his form, absolutely. I'd be happy.
He's a good plummeteer.
Ox Trillion's with us, right?
Oh yeah,
Just be
the
quiet.
fiery like elven dude. He's just kind of like he's been like chit chatting with Olaf and Ticulus a little bit, and they've been talking. It seems like on the side, and he seems pumped because he's here with you all. It seems like he can sense the action. He's super happy to be here.
Oh, cool. Great.
He's going to come in handy.
Yeah,
I'll ask the Breeze Traveler, do you have any idea where the Psychropolis could be from here?
Sorry, who are you asking that?
I'm asking, I guess, the Breeze Traveler, because they escaped from the Psychropolis.
Yeah.
Psychropolis.
Psychropolis.
I do not.
Nice.
Everything I know about the legend here is that you all were the first people to bring fish folk to this abandoned laboratory upon Glyph. And we know more about the Psychropolis itself. It's very far away from this location. But I believe it was Nyx who said in the meeting that she noted in our pre-planning that she was the one who believed that this would allow us a back door to the Psychropolis.
Right. Thank you for paying attention in that meeting.
Right.
Breeze Traveler, because
I care very deeply about everything happening around me in this situation.
Real quick, I think
We do too.
I think it would be good for morale if we all agreed to call it the Psychropolis. Psychropolis.
You see
Like
him
to
do a
make
little
fun of them.
You see him do a little fish whistle, and all the fish folk turn around, and he says, "We are now referring to the Psychropolis as the Psychropolis." Was that it?
We don't need to.
Yes. No, you punched it up a little, and I like it.
A full-on announcement isn't necessary. It's fine.
No, it was good. This was good job.
They all say back to
This place is kind of where the whole sinking took place. This must feel like a bit of a pilgrimage for you and your friends.
Yes, I would.
Breeze Traveler.
It is. I mean, for me it is. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I know that my crew and I are excited to retread the origins of our order's story.
Yes. Nyx, you felt confident that this place would lead us to the
Sure.
Chryslopolis. Do you have any idea where we might find that door?
Psychropolis.
Yeah, I mean, she says, and she gestures to the portal that you all walked through before.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, and I will say, you all see a similar scene that you saw before, which is this like adamantine infused building that the whole place is kind of like lit by this glowing pink purple light that is not the blue of like arcane light that you often see, but is some sort of like power source throughout the whole place. You can see that the trap door above you is still locked, and that this whole place seems to be passively functioning in some way. And she gestures forward in this space that you all previously needed to jump over to get to the portal that took you to Grandchild, the moon of Garden, that the fish folk fell through. The portal on the other side is still what it was. It's like still kind of like quietly pulsing, but it looks identical to where you went through before, and it's even a fair guess that it would probably take you to the same place as you went to before. And Nyx steps in, and she's like, "Yes, I mean, I am the reason I believe that is because of what I know about this place. I know that this was once a workshop of Florial, and that this was the origin to a lot of our fears. As a leader of the Fourth Ring, I feel obligated to have studied the stories and to know the stories, and so I can tell you that from what I know about this place, it is Florial's origin. It's when he worked here, when he worked for the colony, he was, creating this to, I don't know. It's a complicated story, and you can see Moon Girl is over in the corner, kind of shaking her head and frustrated,
Origin.
like whispering to Olafenticulus, and she's like, "So I believe that he, that he was connected with the colony, so he could open up this portal to the Psychropolis, and that is how he went back and forth between them."
We've worked with his portals and their technology before, and
Yes,
a lot of them can go more than one place.
that's why I feel confident about
Moon
bringing
Girl,
you all
do-
here and saying these things.
Moon Girl, do you have something to add?
Yeah, she's full of shit, says Moon Girl from
Right.
across the room.
This is constructive.
Yeah.
I like it when she swears.
First of all, Floyle didn't work for the colony. The Floyle, and she is immediately, she's kind of like pointing her finger and yelling across the way at Nyx. And Talon is so stoked. Talon is like over there like laughing, and Olafenticulus looks like pretty sad. And she's just like, Florial didn't work. It didn't work for the colony, all right? This is just an origin point. Like, you're like so close. You're half right, and you're just telling these truths that you think are true about it. Just is yelling across the way.
Yeah, shit.
All right.
Hell.
This is not helping. Olafenticulus, do you have any experience with these portals before? Laloon, please stop shouting. I understand. You're not adding anything.
I just want to say, I don't know how this place works, she says aggressively for no reason.
Right. On the record, you don't know, and
Weird thing to
Nyx
brag
is full
about.
of shit. Duly noted. It's all right.
Olafenticulus is like, I preferred not to ask. I do know that Florial worked with the colony, and I do know that they mentioned a workshop that they had. And I
Right.
believe that this is it, but they felt a lot of pain and resentment for their time in it, so I don't know much about it, unfortunately. But Olafenticulus does seem to be studying everything that's going on.
He
Olafenticulus,
resented
would you-
the lab that they built for themselves? I don't
believe so.
understand.
Yes, that seems... I mean, I'm sure that they had other members of the colony helping them, but I believe that this was their lab for a long time when they were a member of the colony.
If they felt resentment, perhaps they took the trouble to close off a door to the colony if there was one. Something to be aware of.
And Olafenticulus is clearly like enjoying, like it's kind of like zoned in on K.A.I now. Like it's like you all are solving a problem that you used to. You kind of like enter this language of like building something where you all are just like trading this back and forth a little bit. Yeah.
I will take him by the hand and take off of the ground and lead him over to this portal so that we can go check it out.
Here we go, Clang. Yeah, and Clang like jumps on his shoulder. You all go, and you all can fly over no problem to this like portal head here.
I would like to, using what I learned from that crystal giant in the corridors.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a look at this portal.
Sure. Do an Arcana check.
Okay. Can Olafenticulus help me? Or
Sure can. You can roll this Arcana
can-
check with advantage because
Nice.
you have your mentor and friend, Olafenticulus, with you. Because you have your mentor and friend, Olafenticulus, with you.
Thank you, mentor friend.
Friend-to.
Mentator. He's my Minotaur. Come on, character sheet. There we go. That's going to be a 25 total.
So you absolutely, with your familiarity now, and a story that you didn't have before, information you didn't have before when you were here, you didn't really know about Florial portals in the same way that you do now. But now that you've seen them before and you recognize them before, you haven't just seen them before, you've seen kind of like the epicenter of them, the corridors, where they're all made by a Florial. And it is very much, this is what looks like a prototype of a Florial portal, maybe the first one, in fact. And you can kind of see it because you are an expert craftsman, and you and like Ollie, who knows Florial intimately as well and knows a portion of Florial's story, is kind of able to talk to you in this shared language about like, yes, it is like this, and you all are kind of just staring at it and looking at it and being like, yes, this is. Ollie's like, it makes sense that this is the first portal of Florial's portals that were built, and that they crafted what they do here for the first time, and it wasn't efficient and it wasn't effective, so it takes all of this power. Ollie's like gesturing around the room, and he says, but it makes sense that this is a Florial portal. If you're going to crack it and take it to the corridors, Ollie is like filling in. He's like, sure, but I don't think that's what we want. What we want is to utilize one of its pathways, a specific one.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
He's like brainstorming with you.
But you can see here the technology that he came to utilize in other works later on in his career.
Exactly. Yes, you can see.
He's sort of explaining
He
it.
was figuring it out.
And see the way that he circumvents the primary teleportation runes to a supplemental code. Very interesting.
And Ole looks at you and says, "And you see why I love Florial's work. You can see because you see what I see. I love the deep magic, and I love seeing the imaginative effects of what magic can do outside of what is known it can be done. And this is what Florial was always operating and always looking past."
Well, it's never been about what magic can do. It's about us.
Exactly. And he gestures, "It's about us." And Ole is, like, you haven't seen him he's looking clear-eyed here. Like, he's been struggling with some shit, and he's now both rolling and going. He's moving and doing some stuff, and his knowledge is helpful, and he can kind of see all of these realities that he's struggled with, and it feels like he has some clarity here for sure in what he's doing and what's going on.
So, from looking at the portal, does it feel like I could adjust the destination?
That is going to take another Arcana check. While you do that,
all right.
You can do it with advantage. While you do it, roll it, hold on to the number that you get. Flute, Klik, and Moonboy, what are you all doing while you were inside of this space and Olafenticulus and K.A.I are off doing their thing?
Moonboy is just kind of lacing up his brand new shoelaces and making sure his shoes are charged. He's like, "Does anybody have a USB-C for..." Oh, never mind. It seems to be fully good to go. He's making adjustments to the spells that he has, and kind of just psyching himself up.
Sure. One of the fish folk pulls out an actual USB cord and is like, "Do you need this?"
Oh, sweet. Where did you get this?
"I don't know. It was in my pocket."
I would love... Can I take this? Usually when I say stuff like that, people just sort of write me off. But,
Yes.
you actually came through. Let me ask you another thing.
My name is Tubbalubby, and I have, deep
You've got the
pockets if you
hookup.
ever need anything. Yes,
Huh?
yes.
Tubbalubby, my man.
Oh,
Plugging me into
woman.
my woman. That felt overly familiar. Let me ask you this.
It's
Do you have
I understand the
anything-
boundaries between us. There's no problem.
And I feel like I should ask you if you have other stuff now. Do you have a Shield of the Watcher? That's something I've been after for a while.
They're like, "I have this shield," and they pulled out this like small pocket-sized shield with an eye on it.
Whoa. Whoa. What is that?
I don't know. I've had it in my pocket for a bit, and I thought it might be useful.
Right. May I?
Yes, absolutely. She bows and hands it to you.
Can I try to figure out what this thing is?
Sure. Roll an Arcana check.
Okay. I'm going to give myself guidance once more because I'm not super great at this. Kind of says a little prayer to the moon. And rolls. Whew, damn, I'm getting good at those. 16.
Cool. What did you roll in guidance?
A 4.
You can double that because Tubbalubby also sees your lips saying it and is like, "Yes, like follows along with your prayer and says it to
Oh,
you.
wow. Nat 20. No, unnat 20.
And it is, what is the joke that you made about the Shield of the Watcher? What is that?
That is not a joke. That's an item that I've mentioned a couple of times. I was hoping I might get one for Christmas, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what it's called. It is an item.
I didn't know.
That's because I've taught everyone to ignore me, and that's on me, really.
It is that magic item. It is that magic item.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
All right.
What?
Far out.
Who is this Mary Poppins fish folk?
Yeah, as I kind of figure that out, I turn to the others and I'm like, ask them for things, everybody. They're like genies or something. I don't know what's happening, but lean into it.
I don't anything, thank you.
Nothing?
Actually, this is gross. Do you have...
Not even some of this? And he dunks on her.
One of the, as you like float up in the air, one of the fish folk pulls out a small basketball rim, and then one puts a basketball in your hands, and they like set it up that you dunk right next to Klik.
Klik
Speak
looks
the
at
magic
how low,
word. Boom,
how low the
shakalaka.
basketball hoop is, and it's just, I just don't understand this game. It's
below
just,
your
how is
head.
it even? She can also jump 80 feet vertically. It's like I just can't figure out why this game's so interesting. Of course they get it in.
You would be very good at the game.
Holy
Like
shit,
how
that's
could
so
they not get it into the hoop?
You could just jump and put it in. Yeah.
It's a very simple sport.
This one's for chat. After Moonboy dunks the basketball, just in chorus together, all the fish folk go, "The dunker!" And then
Yeah. Sentinel Shield is the name of the item I was trying to think of. Nice. Let's get some Jasons in chat, please.
yeah, let's see that. In fact, you can
My
be,
God.
I'm going to ignore for this moment only. I'm going to ignore the attunement time, and you can just be attuned to it too, because
Wow,
they have
okay.
pre-attuned it for you.
Far out.
Nice.
Dang. Ask and you
Christmas
shall
came
receive.
Wow. What do I need?
Klik is like rifling through her bags, looking at all the different scrolls that she's been given and has to hand out, and she's like, "Look, I have all these boons, and I can give them out to people, but it feels wrong to assign them to people, but I don't really. Is it wrong to just have people pull out of a hat?"
I don't know. What do they do?
I don't know. There's
Why? What?
each one
what
has
about
a name
bestowing
and
them?
I can.
Kai, you're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's right.
I think
Sorry to
she's-
kick you.
Yeah.
Sorry to kick you out. I was just thinking about
Yeah.
what NPCs were standing where,
Fine.
and so I'm kicking
Yeah.
you in
Be
all
over
particular
here
set.
going and fucking myself.
Moon Girl walks over to you and is like, "Look, Klik. If I know anything about this life, it's that you can't tell the future, and what I do is tell the future. So what I think you should do is really, if you think the best way to do the best option is to have them randomly pull, then the best option is to have them randomly pull."
I mean, they're my friends, and I don't know. There's some that seem appropriate, and there's others that don't.
Right, but you want to take
Really?
the pressure off of yourself. You don't want to put that on your own heart, right?
I'm not a god. You know, what if I give it to the wrong person?
Exactly. Then that's what I'm telling you. If these blessings have come to you and your instinct is to let them be randomly determined, then that is the right thing. That avoids division. It avoids any issue. Then it's like rolling the dice and trying to tell a story. Sometimes the dice just tell the story, Moon Girl says in game.
Yeah, I suppose.
What does that even mean?
I
Doesn't
don't
make
know.
any sense.
I just heard it one
I'm not
time in a
dice,
tavern.
Right?
It's pretty good.
I
like it.
We've all played with dice. We know what dice are. There's like every
familiar.
background comes with some sort of dice knowledge.
Yeah. Moon Girl's like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta roll the dice and see what happens.
Yeah.
Unless you
Well, this one's obvious. And she sort of rolls the scroll over in her hand And it says, for the one who will carry the lessons of death with them on the outside of the scroll. She's like, I mean, I only know one guy who's died. I'm not really sure if he learned anything from it, but he's died twice, so...
I'm
Maybe this
over in
will
the
help.
corner, like,
Yeah.
practicing with the Breeze Traveler's sword.
Yeah.
He just
The
gave
Breeze
away
Traveler's
the-
practicing with you and kicking your ass because he has a plus. Yeah.
just gave away the best asset he has, so... Feels like I should be purposeful with it.
So you hear immediately in your mind just a bunch of voices like, you gotta do the thing! You gotta do the thing! You gotta do it!
Fucking the thing. She'll stand up and sort of awkwardly walk over to Flute and say, Flute, I now dub you the voice of the dead, and they scroll.
Klik walks over and taps you on each shoulder with this like small dagger she has, and says these words, and then hands you a scroll, and you can see this like flash of a Kreen standing over you that dissolves immediately.
Whoa.
And the Breeze Traveler nods in reverence.
What just happened?
I don't know. I hope it helps. And
All right.
I don't know, it said something about being dead. That made sense for you.
What was this called? I could write it down here.
It's the Blessings of the Life's Echo, and it says, the voice of the dead, for the one who will carry the lessons of death with them.
I really handled Rachel a long document, so...
That does sound like...
And it does not explain
partially.
what they do, but it does have, there is a lot of lore stuff, which is fun.
I like it. Well, thanks.
I don't
I
know.
hope it
I
comes in
hope-
handy.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not good at all this ceremony, but I'm glad you're with us again, and I wish you had a better sword.
Honestly, I just haven't been using the sword all that much, so I thought this traveler could use it.
Yeah, I suppose. Do I have... Can I at least make his weapon a +1 weapon? It's concentration, never mind. Okay. And she'll be like, okay, well, careful, don't hurt the Breeze Traveler or yourself. And she'll walk back to Moonboy and sit down. And she'll say, Moonboy, I have a few gifts that could go to you.
Oh,
But
all right.
it's unclear which is the one that would suit you best.
That's all right, I'm sure. Anyone you pick will be fine.
Yeah. I'm hoping that anyone you pick will be right.
Oh,
And
all
she'll
right.
hold out the bag. And Moonboy, roll a d6 for me.
Ooh,
Here
Rachel making a roll
we
table. That's what I was going for. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I was trying to get Rachel to make up a roll table, and she did it. Let's go.
Well, one of them had to go to Flute, and I wanted to get one to the Breeze Traveler.
I worked
I've rolled
very,
a 4.
Rachel, I will say, I worked very hard to make sure that it did not, like, that each of these could be on multiple people. So
Yeah.
the stress that you're feeling is real because I wanted this to be true. So,
I'll stand up and she'll pull the Githka off of her back and tap each of Moonboy's shoulders once and say, Moonboy, I dub you the hum of the heart. For the one who hears the world's mysteries, wield them, and teaches them.
Nice.
cool. And you again see
Feels
this like flash of a Kreen over you, like holding a gift guide, and then it like disappears.
Oh,
quickly.
hang on, I'm tripping. Never mind, it's gone.
No, I think that's just does that.
Oh, it's part of it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know. Again,
Thank you.
She'll. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left, huh? Do I start giving these out to NPCs? I mean, I already did, but it's kind of.
I will say.
Now or never.
Who has one so far?
Moonboy, Flute, and the Breeze Traveler.
Cool. You should decide what goes to K.A.I, and then I have a thing I want to do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Jason.
I don't have. Yeah. There's a couple that are like not great for K.A.I, but
I want to see you see this like
I have one for K.A.I, but she'll sneak up behind K.A.I while he's talking to Oliphanticulus and be like, "Hey, sorry."
I also want to point out that you jump effortlessly over this cavern, and all of the fish folk are like, "Oh, praise!" Like they all just like react with the ability that you have to not sink but float over this cavern. So anyway, continue.
Do not call me the floater.
Yeah. Incredible.
Look, I have something to give you. I don't know what it does, and it seems like it's good.
All right.
But here. And Klik will hand K.A.I the face of the forgotten. It says, for the one who can show the living what they need to remember. And she'll take her Githka back off of her back and tap him twice, sort of very quickly, and be like, I hope it helps. If anyone can appreciate life more than you, who made it for yourself.
Thank you.
I haven't met them.
Cool.
Thank you, Klik.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Great job, Rachel.
What?
Great job.
What do I write down, Klik?
Okay,
So
I don't know. It's you're the face of the forgotten.
I have specifically
Face of the
not told
forgotten.
because I don't want these are I will specifically sidebar with each of you and give you the information about what it means, because I want you all to also have it manifest as like the side. It's basically like adding an ability on your character can do that, like they would get when they level up or something like that. And I want you to be able to flavor it in the moment when you evoke it. So I'll give you the stat information, and then you all can play it from there. They're not like crazy huge boons, but I just want you all to be able to have control over how Klik giving you this blessing from a Kreen god affects you and how it manifests in your magic. So obviously I've gone overboard with this, and I thank you all for going with me.
No, it's nice.
And
I like
It's the best way.
I love it.
I love that so much, because I know it's killing you, Rachel, to be like, what does it do? I must give it out correctly.
I don't know.
I don't
know what it does.
I'm level 1 again.
And
What happened? I'm turning into a baby.
I had one that was maybe for Moonboy, and I didn't really like it, so I just picked a different one. I just had you pick one.
BTH
anyway. It's
babies.
fine.
I
You got it.
so after you bless K.A.I, you see one of the fish folk breaks out from the rest of the fish folk and starts yelling over the crevasse at you, Klik. If they get one, I get one too. You gave one to the Breeze Traveler, so it's not just the original BTH crew. I mean, they don't say that. It's not just the original Dinger crew. So I get one too. I helped. I want to be a part of it. I get one too, says one of the Kuatoa that you do not recognize.
Klik will jump the whole distance back to where he is and land square in front of him and lean all the way down in front of his eyes and say, look, I made a deal with a god to get these, and I don't know what they do, okay? I don't know. We're all just crossing our fingers with these, and you know what? I don't know if your little body can handle it. So,
Roll intimidation.
here's
check.
what I'm gonna do.
Roll intimidation check.
Yeah.
Just because I want to know how to play this scene. That's why.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page.
Okay.
16.
16. This Kuatoa is just shaking in front of you, just like shivering and cowering as you lean over it. It's tiny, it's very small, it barely comes up to your like chest. It's just like looking up at you.
Look, we appreciate that you're here. We really do. But you can't just go around asking for godly gifts, all right?
I know, but they all get the boon from being part of
No, they
the
don't.
Windrider cult, and I don't.
I gave it to like 4 people, and
No.
3 of them are my best friends in the whole world, and one of them is literally volunteering to die.
Me too! And I would say, wait, hold on. And with this, PC turns off the illusion that they have cast on themselves. And standing in front of you
See.
is Piss Cricket, who I will put up the art for here, both in the Roll20 and on the stream as well. It's so
Looking good.
Look at him! I like his little tail.
Oh my god.
Jordan, again, just next level. Incredible.
That's very good.
That little piss vial was almost a brandy glass.
I lost it. That was the first thing I said. Was like, oh man, the piss vial really nails it. Because that's what I told Jordan. I was like, just make him look. Whatever you do, make him look smart. Because he is very smart. And
PC.
it is very clear that Piss Cricket
Scully.
did not accept not coming with you, and has used his magical prowess to hide himself amongst the fish folk, but just could not take it when the Breeze Traveler got a boon granted by you, got knighted by you, and he wants to be a knight too. He's like, I can help. I'm here to help. See, I'm part of it too. You can trust me. You do know that I'm one of the group. I'm the B team.
PC, my friend.
Look at that. See, I'm her friend. He yells to the room.
Why are you here?
Because I helped before, and I can help again. Because it's not just piss. It's about heart. Sure,
Yeah.
I may
There's the
deal in
quote.
piss. I may deal in piss. He's like, but I
Shout out to chat for saying he's part of the P team.
Yeah,
not the B team.
there it is.
there it is. Incredible. He's like, it's not. I too. He's like, it's my home too. Klik. And I'm not strong, but I made up piss weapons, and everyone made fun of me for dabbling with piss for so long. But it's not a weird thing. It's just that I just understand the ability. I just am willing to think about thoughts that no one else does, and because of that, I can help. And that's all I want to do is help.
It's brave of you to fight for your home.
And I'm gonna keep doing it.
And frankly, I don't know if these boons will make you any more capable of a fighter. But you can be of help if you use your mind.
He looks real close to you and he says, but will they make me more effective of a piss cricket?
I truly don't know. I really don't. None of them say head of the piss on them.
Thank God.
If they did, one of us would have already taken that one.
Yeah, look. I would have given that one out, for sure. Look, my friend.
Well, are there any that, value the thoughts I have about the world? Maybe my mind over my body?
Well, this one literally says the mind on it.
Well, I can offer you 2 things. and it's my piss, and it's my mind.
What is going on with him?
I don't. Let me look. This is.
You can both roll inside check. Kai, you can't. Klik, you can roll
I'm
inside
not
check.
there.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
Wee! Not great. 14.
He has had
Wait.
trouble finding his place on the new ship because he really feels like a one-note pony, and his piss weapons have only taken him so far, and so what he
That's
really
a
wants is to
one-piss
find a new
horse.
way to contribute here.
Yeah. Look.
We have actively ushered Jadurian out of the piss age.
Yeah.
And that was intentional.
Klik will sit down in front of him and be like, look, PC, what you offered the world was never just piss. It was creativity. It was strategy. It was a well thought out plan. You can think up ideas and understand the process for executing. You're an inventor. And that's powerful. You already have something that can offer the party. It's just not on the battlefield.
Well, I mean,
What
I
you have is
literally
battlefield.
helped you on the battlefield before with my mind, though.
Yeah, but you had a bunch of piss weapons then. You don't have those.
Oh, I've got piss weapons.
Oh, well.
Look, this is really dangerous. We can't have these kind of these issues while we're in the Psychropolis. If you're here, then you're fine. You're part of the team.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Just let me be part of the team I've been a part of this whole time.
You are a part of the team. You're here, aren't you?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna go. Before the Breeze Traveler talked Ram out of going. You know, he talked to everybody, his whole crew, his whole joint crew out of going, but he couldn't talk me out of it, and that's why I'm here. I know I disobeyed orders, but I'm here because I believe in helping. And so all I'm asking you is to give me a boon and let me fight with the Breeze Traveler.
I just don't know if it will help. But look.
I'm gonna get pissed
You're
or
here.
start trying. Sorry.
He's just going down the list. I imagine that he glances at his notes that he has written on his hand every time.
This is all so well rehearsed. Yeah.
I imagine that he opens his vest and has that tattooed in Old English across his stomach, like 50 Cent, but piss style.
Look, I've got 3 boons left. I don't have one yet. But you've been very brave. And I'd rather you not die, I suppose. So if this piece of paper that says the mind on it can help, sure, buddy. And she'll take her Githka off of her back and tap him very gently on the shoulders and be like, Piss Cricket, I dub thee Sir Piss Cricket, the mind.
In a very small Kreen, all the other ones look like these big, strong, mighty Kreen, like that, like these shadows of beings behind him form. This very small Kreen appears next to him and just dissipates over him, and he looks up and he says, "I will not dishonor our duty," he says to you, Klik.
Yeah,
because
I don't doubt that.
He says, "I don't deal in duties. I deal in piss."
I shoot him.
Just gave him a boon.
He says incredibly,
right through the throat.
He says incredibly earnestly. He just says full, meaning it to you to say something seriously. And he nods and he says, and all the fish folk kind of look at him, and he joins Breeze Traveler by his side, and Breeze Traveler says, you both do not like your insubordination and admire your heart. His nods at him and pulls out a vial and stands next to me. It's like, you and me, buddy. You and me.
Fight bravely, little piss cricket.
Cool. Anyone want to be doing
Two
anything
left.
else? Yeah. You hold on to those boons, Rachel, because I'm
Okay.
You can. I will say, it is in combat. It will be an action to grant those boons, so you probably want to grant them to NPCs, but before you go through the portal here, if you're able to redo the portal here. I just want to check in with Flute and Moonboy if there's anything they want to be doing, kind of like in this while like the whole piss opera is happening and K.A.I is analyzing the portal. Is there anything Moonboy and Flute you want to be doing?
I think Moonboy is kind of watching this exchange happen from down below, and he hears the line, "Get pissed or die trying," and he goes, "That's your episode title right there."
And the fish folk who handed you the USB cord earlier goes, "Yeah, I think that one's gonna have a good SEO."
Yeah, me too.
What do you think the cover art is? As like Moonboy and her just are like talking in this in unknowable language to each other.
Oh, it's for sure a piss cricket.
Oh, yeah. Is that too much of a reveal, though? She says back. And you all can see Moonboy and this one fish folk bonding. Flute, what are you doing?
I'm going around kind of low-key, making sure that everyone knows that if I'm compromised by the Mind Flayers, to kill me. And I'm asking what they want me to do to them.
Kind of low-key.
If in the same... Like, I start with Australian, and I'm like,
If they get me, and it seems like I'm gonna be taken prisoner, you have to burn me to death. Understood?
Australian is like, don't worry. Yeah, I will. My flame doesn't stop, so I'll let you both if I see a Mind Flayer, I promise you, Australian says, if I see a Mind Flayer grabbing your head to bore into it, I'll just set you both on fire.
Well, wait till it's like for sure, because they might grab me, but...
Actually, Australian's like, I have a question about that because, if Mind Flayers eat you, they don't turn you into a Mind Flayer, they just eat your brains. But what's really bad is if they take a tadpole and they put it in your brain.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be taken prisoner if you see, if I'm being dragged away, whatever. But.
Can I establish a code word for you? You have all these rules. I don't really understand them. I just want to light things on fire. Can we establish a code word for me to just set you aflame?
The code word is do it.
Got it. If I hear you say do it, I will light you aflame. Yes.
Right. And what if they're taking you? Do you want me to
No, I think I could just burn in even if they take me over, I'll just still do the work of burning, even if they utilize me as a powerful entity against the rest of the world. I'm pretty indifferent about that.
Wow. Yikes.
I'm definitely checking him into my kill column.
Kill instantly.
Right. You got it.
Moon Girl's like, that's a big murder. Yeah, Laloon is like, that's a big murder for me. If you see me get taken, just ba-boom. In fact, if I'm dying, I don't want them to eat my goddamn brains. I've worked hard on these brains for a long period of time. If you see me go and take them down.
All right.
Olaphanticulus, in fact, chimes up here and says, yes, in fact, I think that because when a Mind Flayer eats the brain of a living creature, they get a segment of their thoughts. They ingest some of the knowledge that they had. It's quite important that you down me before I am eaten, if that comes to that.
There it is. There's that other shoe.
Right. How about the Breeze Traveler? What does he want?
He looks at you and says, I'm not going to die because you gave me this sword.
Right. But if you were to be being dragged away, what would you prefer that
you have to choose between getting the answer from him or taking away the boon that I gave him because you believe in him. So I will tell you, I gave him a bump to his stats because you believe in him.
Because
you believe he's gonna live.
Yeah, I definitely want him to stay. I'd rather that he wants me to believe.
Then you don't
in
get to know what he wants because he's
Right.
gonna have a boon that I'm not
I let
telling
it drop
you
pretty
because
fast.
you-
I'm like,
yeah.
right, of course, yeah. I'll ask Moonboy.
You know, I want to see what all the fuss about brains is. Honestly, I would like to taste a brain, and if I come back in a later arc as some kind of enemy, hopefully I can get killed then. But I want to eat one brain, so just let me seromorphosize.
The Moon Flare?
The Moon Flare.
Flare.
That just sounds fucking rad, right? They would be afraid of me. And you know what? I think if one of them's going to eat my brain, let that happen too. Because up here, the part of my knowledge that they're gonna get is fuck you. Bro.
I forgot to ask Talon and Nyx.
Nixie's like, Talon's like, I swear to God, Flute. If one of those tadpoles goes inside of me, you take me down so fast that I don't know what's coming. You see what I'm saying? Don't talk to me. If a mind flayer tadpole takes it inside of me, I'll lay down for you. I want to go so fast. I don't want to risk it. I am here for one reason and one reason only, and it's saving the world. And then Nyx laughs at that and looks over and says back to you, "That's funny, because I have the same."
Sorry, you're
interest."
super quiet for me, Harlan.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Does Jason sound a little crispy to anyone?
Jason got a little loud. I bumped it. Don't worry, Jason. Don't change your volume levels. I'm changing them. Don't worry about it. Don't you stop. She says back to you. She says to Talon, she's like, "That's my answer is exactly the same as Talon's. I guess we do agree on something. It's that if you see anything, if one of those mind flayers, tadpoles goes inside of me, my only goal in life, what I worship, is life continuing in this world. And I don't believe that they give the ability for life to be lived. So if
Guys
one of
aren't
those-
even a little bit curious about what brains taste like.
I am.
A little
but
bit.
I would rather...
I've had them.
I could take you to a market from a
Clicks
regular.
at him.
Yeah, Nyx is like,
Yeah.
I've also eaten brains. I'm
Yeah.
very comfortable.
They
with
sell them.
Oh my god. Am I the only one not eating
like
brains out
human
here?
brains, but people. There's lots of brains around.
You've had the Moonboy. It's in everything I
What?
cook. Yeah.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, because that was about to change literally everything for me.
It's all I care. Nyx is
I don't
like,
think- I don't think
all
you
I
would
care
like
about
it.
is the continuation of this world, and I don't think that the colony taking over my body will help the continuation of this world. So the second that one of those enters my body, go for it, she says. And
Right.
with that, I want to cut over to K.A.I. And K.A.I, I'm gonna skip past a couple of checks here because we've done some good RP. So I'm gonna press fast forward a little bit.
All right.
And-
I remember the role.
No, and I think it's because a little bit of this is you and Olafenticulus talking. Like I want you to throw some flavor in here. But if you take a look at this map here, like this is a place you've been in before, and so you remember two places that you didn't really get the answers out of, right? This hallway, I guess three. A hallway.
I do not have the map in front of me.
Sorry. I'll go back on the roll 20. I forgot I revealed the.
But it's all right. You can tell me.
So there's the hallway above. There's the area to the east, and there's the area to the west. And the hallway
right.
above, you can kind of see these pulsing large crystals. And in fact, I will even say that you and while all this is going on, you and Olafenticulus kind of fly up together, check out these upper hallways, and these seems to be power sources. Really, the management of power is in these two crystals that are functioning very well. And even in the hallway above, this is the circuit room almost, like where the power connects to everything, connecting the portal to other places of control. And they go to the area in the east and the area to the west. And I would love for you to roll an Arcana check with advantage because you're here with Olafenticulus, kind of doing a walkthrough of two expert Arcana.
Is this in addition to the other Arcana check you wanted me to roll before? No.
This is. Oh, that's right. I asked you to roll and hold on to it. Let's start there.
It's okay.
No. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in a lot of things. You're right. Yeah.
It's all right.
Tell me that one.
Yeah, I didn't want to let it go because that one was a 30.
I appreciate it. Oh, cool. Well, I can keep going here. So with that, I will say I want a little bit of this scene, but I'm going to give you all the information out of game, and then I'm going to drop in, and you and I are going to Olafenticulus and K.A.I it for a second. But I'll just tell you out of game first. Is that this place is a very like shoestring and chewing gum put together system that is again the origin point of the corridors. It's like the very first prototype of what all of the corridors is over and over again. So it's one teleportation portal that you're able to change where the teleportation goes, and you can imagine it because too you've seen it in your mind. Inside of the corridors, it's all of these like crystals growing from one place to another, and there somewhere in this place is a control panel that allows those cords to be unplugged and then plugged into new places to take you to new places. And this powers it. It has all the arcane energy to power it. You don't have to cast spells to do it, which is again like breaking all of the rules of magic. And so in two places in this world, one of them, or in this laboratory, one of them is the control panel to kind of like changing where the portal leads. And the other one is to the room in the east. So there's a lot of power being put into the room in the east, and there's a lot of power being in the room in the west. And the west is clearly the control panel. The room in the east is a lot of power is being put there, but you're not sure why. You actually, in fact, I will say, you know from being here before with the 30, you remember that in that room is a conjuration circle that Flute had a little note in his pocket from the rider that told him to walk into this circle, and you don't know what's in that circle, but a lot of power is being put into that circle. So from the 30, this is a place that, and I'm gonna add another layer onto this because you rolled a 30, which is 10 above what you can roll on a dice. Is that there's a place to the west that is the control panel, a system that you can just change where the location of this portal leads you. And then to the east is this unknown powered circle. And it's very clear to you that someone broke all of this and then it was put back together. And so the reason why it's even active at all is because someone repaired it.
Interesting.
No one has really yeah. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think that this was you can just tell because you're K.A.I and you and Olafenticulus are talking, and Olafenticulus knows a level about Florial and knows the level about like craftsmanship that you have never had insight to before, and your just natural intuition, your understanding of like seeing the corridors has like led you to believe that this place has been broken apart before and then put back together to be utilized again.
Interesting. Is it possible to analyze the repairs to see if they could give a clue towards who may have been responsible?
Because you rolled a 30, I will not make you roll again, and I will just tell you that you recognize Olafenticulus's craftsmanship, Ventress's craftsmanship, and Mir's craftsmanship. I will say. Yeah. So Mir and Olafenticulus were brought in to fix this for Ventress before.
Oh boy.
Right.
Crumbummery
all
is
this stuff?
afoot.
That's up to Kai.
I would if you're nearby, but we're upstairs.
You're not upstairs. You're like discovering this, the recreation. You're to the west. That's the control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm working up the nerve to go ask Klik what she wants if she's captured.
Do we have any idea what they were trying to repair? Just the whole thing? Or like what this conjuration circle on the other side might be?
Yes, no, I know for sure. You know for sure. You and again, this is I'm skipping past a little bit of in-game conversation, which I maybe is a bad decision, but I just want to be clear about it that Olafenticulus tells you. Actually, this is the time. Let's cut to it. So you and Olafenticulus are in this west area, where it is a table full of crystals, like kind of like pieces of arcanery, and this panel that has all of like wires, sigils, flotsam jetsam just like attached together on the wall here. It looks like the Charlie Day meme and the True Detective like scene a little bit. Like it looks bonkers to you. And Olafenticulus is reading this like a book. Immediately, it's just like, this is Florial. This is exactly who they are. And all the pieces on the table are spare parts that were not used, that are kind of like extra components when you didn't even know you needed extra components. And Olafenticulus is describing this as like, yeah. Oh, okay, this makes. He's like, oh, this makes sense, guy. This makes sense to me. This is a place where this is what Olafenticulus does. Is he takes magical components and kind of like expands, like connects them from what they do before and allows them to expand past what they could do before. And so my guess here is that, I mean, Florial did not like the work that they did here. They did not like that they created what they did here. And so my guess is that this was a very fine-tuned system that they used, that they destroyed, that they pulled all the parts out of, and someone came back here just to activate this portal again. To be, because, you know, people always say, if Florial's on your team, then you are on the winning team, and I think they were trying to utilize a little bit of that here by being able to recreate what allowed him to do what he did. He did.
But I can see from looking at this that you were one of the hands that repaired this.
And you see Plang lets out a "ah!" as the bird sits on his shoulder, and Oli holds his head for a moment and goes, "Yes, I did it for Ventress, because I think a little bit of my intuition here is that when I had taken a piece of my own memory out, and it was continued, that I think both Mir and him coaxed me into seeing my old friend's work and not remembering that Florial did not want it repaired. And I think because of what I see here, it's and you see him like tears up a little bit. And he's like, I knew I did the work of my friend in a way that they wished. I broke a line that they wished to be held.
That wasn't your fault.
It was, because I chose in the first place to put myself in a position where I didn't know the truth I needed to hear.
Well, then maybe it was your fault, but it doesn't matter now. Do you know what's on the other side?
He smiles, like real big. And he goes, I know. Whatever is on the other side is what we want it to be, depending on these components on the table over here. He gestures toward this like flotsam jetsam of like crystals and like feathers, bones, a couple of musical instruments, like a small hand drum, a tuning fork, etc. He says, you want to go to the Psychropolis? Yes?
Yes.
So we need to put in the right coordinates to go to the Psychropolis. So shall you and I roll up our minds and see if we can figure out what conglomeration of these elements will take us to the Psychropolis?
Let's do it.
Cool. Kai, roll an Arcana check with advantage, and the DC is 25.
Roll up our
right.
minds.
Guidance.
Mind sleeves. Sleeve minds.
And I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this because I'm happy for you to know the DC, and if you don't make it, you can burn a flash of genius. You're welcome to. Not because I'm trying to be evil as a DM and milk it from you, but because it makes sense in this moment narratively.
Hey.
Thanks to guidance, that's a 32.
All right. Then give us some flavor on this moment of how you immediately you see like you're putting together the work of someone who is thinking outside the box to level 20 arcane folks like Olafenticulus and Laloon, and they both revere and worship their work, and you are able to see this and see what they were doing, like retrace their steps and put it back together to go where you want to. And I want a little bit of that because it's not a puzzle. It's like you understand unknowable correlations here to get you where you want to go.
I think I just I look at this sort of control panel, and I'm able to, based on the experience that we've had in the corridors, looking at Florial's sort of code, I'm able to just kind of read it immediately, and it's literally basically just a flip of a switch.
Incredible, yeah. Is the switch on your body?
I look at it. No, it's on the control panel, and I look at it and analyze it for a moment, and I'm like, I think it's maybe this, and I make a couple of connections on the control panel, and it just works immediately.
Yeah. And I also want to add that I think of what you gain of that is this is the least complicated place to go to. It is resetting it. It's zeroing out the control panel.
Interesting.
Where you are.
This is the open frequency.
The first place,
That's
the
cool.
baseline connection from this place to another place is the Psychropolis.
Creepy.
Yeah. And with that, everyone else besides besides Kai and Olafenticulus, who is kind of still in this shared space, sees the portal shift. They see the glow of this room. And again, it's not a portal you've ever seen before. It's this weird aura of a space. Turns. You see a place that does not move. There is a level of it that just changes place. That is a place on top of itself. Just move over and all the color shifts. And you can tell that if you walk into there, you will go to a different place. And you can tell, too, it's like this deep, dark purple and black. That if you walk into there, you will be going into the Psychropolis. And I think that's where we'll end tonight's session. But I do want to open it up to, I really want to start next session inside of the Psychropolis. So if you all have a strategy through walking through this, let's do it now. Or if you have things you want to do in this space before you leave, let's do it now, because I want to start next session with the group in the Psychropolis.
I think we would probably hurry down to everybody in the open space and say, the gateway is open and time is most likely of the essence now. They may be aware on their side that the gateway is open as well. It's hard to say. So, if anyone has anything else to do, now is the time.
I got 2 boonless left. Can I boon myself?
Yes.
With the sword.
Yeah.
No, in fact, just for the fun of it, I want you to choose who you boon you, because you have to hand off the sword. can't boon yourself.
Yeah. I've got 2 left, so I suppose it's whoever I give this boon to, huh?
Sure. That's up to you. It's this real sentimental magic that I'm making you.
Yeah.
I'm dragging out. Yeah.
Klik, before you make a decision, if you let me do it, you could call me the Boon Boy.
That's true. That's a good joke.
Thank you.
Yeah. The fish folk that he seems to be like deeply bonded with is just like cackling in the corner.
She gets it.
All right. Well, I think Talon has been as good of a friend as any to us.
Ooh, she rolls up her one sleeve and then like makes the same gesture on her mechanical arm.
And Talon, thank you for returning, especially on such awful circumstances.
No problem. I went from trying to steal your ship to being your best friend.
You were
Yeah.
trying to steal it.
I was. We talked about this already. Yeah.
All right.
I will take this sword, the gift guy, back off my shoulders, and I will dub Talon the Eyes of the Future.
Incredible.
And read the scroll for the one who can see a better future and will be the first to fight for it.
She is that, I will say. When you, because, and I will say that in game, when you say that to her and you dub her in this way and you have to say the words, she looks at you and makes eye contact with you, and you can see she's been this asshole, like snarky, stoic person. And when you say that to her, she's like, you can see the tears in her eye, like she gets glossy, and she's like, thank you for like getting what I'm about. That's why. And she holds up her mechanical hand. She's like, that's why I'm doing all of this. It's because I do believe in a better future. And you can see Nyx like tearing up a little bit too. Like, yeah, like she hears and knows, and it's good.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
We've
nice.
never been.
That's a hell of a one to give to Talon. Yeah, for sure.
It felt like the most right one to give to anybody that's left. And I'll turn to Moonboy, and I will hand you the last scroll in my bag and be like, Moonboy, do you have a stick long enough to reach my shoulders?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for leaning into this goof.
Don't say the words. Send Jordan the words, and because I really want him to read them.
Yeah. Jordan, do you have Discord open right now?
I do.
Okay, let me send these to you real quick.
Yeah, because I want the scene. I really want the scene of Moonboy standing there, in like tiny little Moonboy standing in front of the big old Klik, like giving out words of this god she doesn't even worship, and then him granting her with them.
Sorry, I need to take a screenshot.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
Because...
Take your time. I made this very difficult for you.
Oh, good. I remembered. So it's a small scroll, and it's a little squished because it was the one at the bottom. And
it's got ketchup on it.
And if anyone can dub me for this, it feels like it ought to be you.
Yep.
And he goes up to Klik and draws the blade of cereal ethic, and rather than reach up, he floats up to meet Klik's full height and places the silver blade on either shoulder and says, Klik Laktada, I dub thee the hand for the helpless, for those who know the song of nature and hear it sung back.
And And that's what we'll end tonight's episode. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. The portal flares in front of you, and everyone steps through.
Oh, well.
Oh, no, do it. If you got some strategy, you can do it.
I left the oven on.
I was gonna whisper to Kai if what he thought about Laloon and Olfaticulus staying on this side of the portal is like a base camp, emergency exit team.
Oh, you got to talk them into that. So we'll
All right.
I absolutely will I will not shove everyone through the portal to start next session, but we'll end it on that note, like the dubbing happening, and then you all can do a little strategy before you actually step through next time. But hell yeah, man, that was such a good session. That was such a good
really good.
That was a good birthday session for me because that's some like everything that happened there is like some D&D shit that I love. So
That was that good Harlan style.
that was that
D&D.
good Harlan stuff tonight.
Boon
so-
day, darling.
Happy Boon Day to me.
Happy Moon Day. One and all.
Well, GG's, everybody.
Yeah.
That's
Happy
it. Jason,
birthday.
thank you for being on the keys tonight. That was
We
incredible.
love you.
Happy to have IRL Jason.
Jason's
here.
in chat for Jason.
Jason's in chat.
Mad Jason's in the chat, please.
Thank you. Great. Anything else before we get out of here? We'll be back. We're not back next week, right? Because Rachel, you're out.
I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we'll be back in 2 weeks.
We'll be back before long.
But we'll be back pummeling headfirst in the Psychropolis after we spend a whole episode talking about who's going to walk through the portal first.
And then we just have to go back to Judurian and do a little shopping and a little more strategy. And then maybe...
Yeah.
And then maybe we go see Janice. And then...
Yeah, if you think I don't got art for Janice ready to go in the pipeline,
Maybe.
you're wrong. Just so you know. All right.
I know you do.
She's going to be
We'll see.
twice the size by the time we see her.
Twice.
Yeah, I got clocks ticking. Every time you do anything, I get to up everything else happening. Example, happy birthday to Slow Death, you know? Happy birthday to the dragon that was once an adult dragon and became an ancient dragon. All right.
Yes.
Playing that long?
Happy birthday.
No, she was on the cusp, okay? She was on the cusp.
Millennia.
Millennia.
Sometimes it's just a
Pronounced
1
like
year difference.
milady. Millennia.
Millennia.
All right, love you. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Until next time. Later. Bye.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby, I love you way.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than he.